Alright, so player one has won every game so far. Let's hope this continues to be true in my second game as player one. What's going on here? Another Scholar game. I feel like Scholar's not going to be good here, though. We've got Wharf and Stables for more standard draw. And obviously you don't mix your drawed X cards with your standard draw cards. We got trashing in the form of Catapult. We got plus buy with Wharf and Squire. So thoughts I have. Vineyards seems to look pretty good here, I think. Magpies will pile. Peddlers are very easy to get. And so Vineyards will probably be worth a lot of points. Trashing Coppers is probably not super important between Stables and Magpie. They can kind of deal with that. I don't know, maybe you just delay trashing entirely then? I mean, Catapult can trash the estates, but it's not a very good estate trasher. I'd love to have 5-2. 5-2 would be a much easier decision. Plus buy is going to be really good, because plus buy just gets you free peddlers. So I want a bunch of Wharfs. I mean, the openings I think that seem viable would be Magpie Catapult or Magpie Silver. I think I'm still going to take the Catapult in the opening, even if it's a little bit less likely to hit 5. I do want to trash these estates. If I add Stables, for example, those estates are going to be very much a concern. Stables is a good draw card when it works, but an unreliable one. And estates are very bad for its likelihood of being reliable. I'll have to keep clicking Magpie for now. What's he done on his turn? Ooh, did he... What happened on turn 3? Did he have a double bottom deck? He played neither his Magpie nor his Catapult. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's real bad luck for him. There's a 1 in 66 chance that if you buy 2 cards, turn 1 and turn 2, that you see neither of them turn 3 or turn 4. Because there'll be 12 cards in your deck. And so they could just be both of the bottom 2 cards. And when that happens, it sucks a lot for your chances of winning. I'm going to attack him here. And Wharf immediately? Kind of inclined to say yes. Wharf is just such a good card. The alternative would be like taking a Stables and then taking like a Squire on this hand with the idea of then I can make sure when I pick up my Wharf I can play it alongside my Catapult. I think Wharf is just good enough to justify itself. Given this shuffle, I guess Stables would have been better because I would have drawn these not dead. But I feel like the Wharf made sense. Take a Squire now. I think Tomb is going to figure less prominently in this game than in the previous ones. My poor Squire has bottom decked. Not that that's a huge issue. I think I just want more plus buy, which means more Squires and more Wharfs. I could consider Stables here. I think I like the Stables actually. I think if I oh well, never mind. If I just dud, it doesn't matter. My idea was I could like lay off playing the Catapult for a turn, and then play Squire for action, play Wharf to draw, play the other Squire for plus buy, and then have a bunch of extra buys and could get started on the Peddler pile. Alas, that is not what occurred. And in fact, is looking unlikely to occur again. because I just drew both of my villages. It's possible I could draw back around to them. Not if none of these magpies hit. Wow. Wait, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 magpies in a row, all of which whiffed. And there's the squire, one card too far away. So close, yet so far. Well, that's incredibly unfortunate. I can't not be in the lead. His opening luck was just so terrible. But actually, maybe I'm not in the lead anymore. This looks like a great turn from him. I think I lost that lead with those last 2 turns. Yeah, him having 3 wharfs is definitely really good. I should be thinking about potions very soon. In fact, maybe this turn even. Take a potion now. Need another wharf. And then ton the peddlers. Yeah, my situation has gotten very dicey very fast. What happened? I mean, I guess my turn 3 and turn 4 weren't substantial. I got the trash, but I didn't hit 5. I just bought 2 more magpies. And then I had that one really bad shuffle with the squires on top and the wharf on bottom. I guess those were enough to make up for his really bad opening draws. I'm at substantial risk of dudding here, which is really bad. He's probably never going to dud ever again with as many wharfs as he has. I think if I do draw a fine, I think I'm probably still in a fine position. Getting first crack at vineyards is kind of nice, but like if I dud here, I think it's lights out. I don't know exactly what he buys. I assume at least 1 is a potion. Maybe he even considers 2 potions. He might not buy the peddlers, just on account of it lowering piles. And so it might make sense to be cautious about that. I'm not sure. And I guess you could consider taking a province, maybe. Mostly just because I think the province allows you to take the last 2 peddlers, because it would give you a bit of a points lead. Partly due to Mountain Pass. Either you get the Mountain Pass points, in which case you've got a big points lead, and that protects you, or your opponent has the points, but then they have a bunch of debt, in which case it's hard for them to pile out. And so I could totally see, like, peddler, province here being a reasonable set of buys, I guess. Okay, so he's lowered piles and not really taking points. I'm not sure if my deck actually is strong enough to do anything about that, but at the very least it's a little bit cavalier. My magpies have been doing somewhat poorly given the quantity of treasures in my deck. Okay, yeah, my deck just kind of sucks. I think we're just going to do, well, definitely vineyards. I could consider buying province now, again for that kind of mountain passy effect. Actually, I think I like that a lot, don't I? Like if I buy province and he bids any reasonably large amount, I just let him have the debt, and that really nerfs this one turn of his, and maybe I can pile out in the following turn. And if he bids very low, then I get extra points for a very low amount. That might be reasonable. Can my deck pile out if he doesn't do much? I would need to have 8 money and 6 buys, maybe, just accounting for like having to buy extra vineyards. I think I think a deck can do that. We'll see what he bids. If he bids a reasonably large number, I think I just let him have the debt, and then I hope that slows him down enough to allow me to pile out. Is my hope. I assume he should bid somewhere on the low end, like maybe in the 8 to 11 range. That would make my choice, I think, kind of hard. But I think with good draws, I could get 5 buys, right? Actually, okay, he bid 10, so right in the middle of that 8 to 11 range. If I let him have the debt, he probably at least gets one more vineyards. Because I think he'd pay off the debt and buy vineyard. So then I need a lot of buys. I'm not sure I can get all that many buys all that easily. I can also just take the debt. 11 is not a huge number to pay for 8 victory points. Can I win if he takes the debt? That's, I guess, the question. How many squires do I have? I have 3 squires. And I have 2 wharfs, one of which is down there. So, assuming I were to play a wharf for plus, or a squire for plus action and a wharf for draw, that would still let me play one more squire for plus buy. But that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buys, which is enough to pile. So I think I'm going to pass. It's going to be tough still, I think. Because I think if he's paying close attention, he's not going to lower piles at all. In which case, 5 buys is not quite enough for me to both pile and score. So if he like just takes a vineyard but otherwise does not touch squires and peddlers at all, I think I'm in a tricky spot. And who knows? Maybe his deck just has enough money to win outright this turn. Oh, he has 2 potions. That actually puts me in a horrible situation. I didn't even realize he had 2 potions. Yeah, I think I'm probably just dead in the water then. I don't know what he's undoing. Play catapult instead of getting extra buys. Okay, that's fine. He probably thought he had enough to win there. Maybe he thought he could empty squires, peddlers, and vineyard. I think he's probably winning either way. Maybe I should have taken silver sooner at some point. I feel like the magpies were pretty important. Like I don't want to let my opponent have the majority of the magpies in a game with vineyard. So I don't think you take silver in the opening. Like catapult, double delve or something. But maybe like turn 3 or turn 4 I could have considered delving twice. I mean, like a lot of where this went wrong, I think, was just that one shuffle. But I'm wondering if there's like where I could have improved this to make that less likely. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, he didn't take the free peddler. I think that was right. Um, Given that he's in a very dominant position, there's no need to open up unnecessary pile out threats. Not even sure my deck is threatening to pile out, even if he did lower piles. Yeah, my deck just sucks. GG. But better not to risk it.